Hi guys, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Weekend Reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, albums or singles, and after having listened to them all week I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release, Elevation Worship's new single. Elevation Worship's new single, Graves in the Gardens, features electric guitar in it, but emphasis definitely on the acoustic guitar and the drum and this sound, for the sound of this song. And as for the lyrics here, talks about how Jesus is the only one who can turn graves into gardens and satisfy every need. Up next, Cody Carnes' new album, Run to the Father. New album, Run to the Father, stylistically features piano, guitar, bass, and drum for the sound. And I would say his voice really sounds like Phil Wickham, I would say. And as for the lyrics, talks about what God has done to bring us to life from death. And also what he's done to save us. And then it talks about as well wanting more of God, wanting all of him in our lives. Up next, Vertical Worship. Worship's new album, Grace is on Our Side, features piano, guitar, drum, some bass in a couple songs, and then violin in one song, at least one song. And as for the lyrics here, talks about surrendering our fears to God and resting in God's power. Up next, Jeremy Riddle's new live album. Riddle's new album, Holy Ground, live around the world, features guitar, electric and acoustic. Definitely hear acoustic on this one for sure. And there's drum and there's piano. And this album is literally as it sounds from as the title suggests, recorded from different concerts in the world that he did, it seemed like. Different live recordings from different areas in the world. And overall, I would say this is a very passionate worship album. And he prays at a couple points. And fun fact, though, about the Brazil tracks, um, there's a guest artist that sings in Portuguese on those, so kind of a fun fact there for ya. And as for the lyrics here, they cry out in God to praise, and also encourage us to rest in His presence, peace, and power. Up next, our last release for today, Seth Nirva's new album, One Voice. One Voice, it's definitely a diverse sound stylistically. We hear some pop elements here, and then we hear some R&B influence, some gospel influence, and even the bass can kind of be structured in a hip hop type way at times. Also, another thing that I think really builds the album's theme is the interludes where they play clips of preaching. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics of the album. Definitely a message of unity. It talks about how instead of giving in to fear, it encourages us to remember, it calls us to be one as Christians in Christ instead of looking at what color our skin is, looking at differences or what may tear us apart. It calls us to be one in Christ instead of that. It calls us to fight for that as well, I would say. Back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what you saw in this video, please subscribe. Also, please be sure to give my business page a like on Facebook. Also, if you have any thoughts about this week's releases or what I said about them, leave that in the comments below. Also, if you have anything from this Friday's releases you want me to review, please leave that in the comments below too, and I will try to get to that next week. Try to get that into next week, I should say. And also, too, please be sure to check out my playlist section for playlists I made based on books. I dropped a new one this week based on Matt Chandler's book Take Heart, which features Toby Mac, Skillet, Fearless Bandy, and others. So please be sure to go and check that out. Well, I'll go now. Bye.